During the shopping spree, the kids are given the opportunity to bond with their heroes and their helpers. Over the past 3 years, the event has become a favorite amongst the community and the police department. What we do know is that this young man did fall from the 7th-story window from Tamarack Hall right behind me. And if you take a look, you can see just how high the 7th story is on this building. The dust and debris will clear around the Bagley Mercantile in exactly 3 days. After that, the space will officially become a part of Galen's Supermarket. Galen's has plans to expand their store as well as add a new parking lot for customers. Right now I am standing in Walker, Minnesota. I'm right outside the Portage Brewery. As you can see, the building is still pretty charred from yesterday. The fire started yesterday morning, and unfortunately there's not much left on the building. The crew will be out here for 2 more days, just putting on his extra fins and making sure that he's nailed to the ground. So that means only 2 more days so you guys can take selfies with Willie again. This new building will give Community Resource Connections and United Way of Bemidji a whole new way to collaborate. Now, sharing ideas will be just as easy as walking down the hall. All you need is a map, some sunshine, and a good sense of direction to enjoy the Bemidji Sculpture Walk. You can find the dogs hanging out on street corners or even in shop windows.
Cass County Sheriff's Office reports 34-year-old Thomas Wayne Matthews is in custody in connection with the homicide death of his mother, Joy Marie Matthews. Reporter Shirelle Moore is live in the studio tonight with details. Shirelle?
Thank you, Dennis. Just before the homicide was discovered, Thomas Matthews also allegedly assaulted several people at a bar in Bena. The bar assault and the homicide are being treated as separate events. Right now, the Cass County Sheriff's Office is still collecting details.
It's just shocking that he would do this stuff to her.
Police first received reports of Thomas Wayne Matthews Wednesday night just before 8. Thomas Wayne allegedly assaulted several people outside of the Big Winnie bar and had to be restrained. All of the assault victims at the bar received non-life-threatening injuries. The following morning, Joy Matthews was found dead in her home.
After the investigation continued, it was learned that he possibly was involved with the homicide at his mother's residence, where he is ultimately in our facility booked on the assault charges.
The Ramsey County Medical Examiner's Office has officially ruled Joy Matthews' death as homicide due to multiple stab wounds. Neighbors say Joy was quiet and kept to herself.
I've known Joyce for probably 15 years, probably, and she was a good lady. Man, you never heard anything coming bad from over there.
The Cass County Sheriff's Office is unsure what led Thomas Wayne Matthews to allegedly commit the assaults and the homicide. As they collect evidence, they hope some of the mystery will be solved.
There's still a lot of evidence to analyze that will be done by the BCA. Still some follow-up with witnesses. There's just a lot of groundwork to be done yet before the actual formal charges are filed.
According to the Minnesota Department of Corrections, Thomas Matthews does have prior felony assault convictions dating back to 2005 and 2013. Dennis, back to you. For more than 4 hours, Enbridge Line 3 protesters stood their ground on 3rd Street and Beltrami Avenue in downtown Bemidji to send a message to Governor Mark Dayton.
Every agency recommended against issuing this permit. You know that, Department of Commerce, DNR. When the Public Utilities Commission made an unprecedented and rogue decision, that's really a slap in the face to the whole system and the people of Minnesota.
Live video from today's protest was reportedly sent to Governor Dayton's office in St. Paul.
We're asking that any construction activities not begin. There are legal challenges pending already.
Order to disperse this intersection.
Police arrived at the scene of the protest after multiple calls from citizens. They asked the demonstrators to leave the intersection multiple times. The protesters were given about 2 hours before 26 people who refused to leave the intersection were issued misdemeanor citations for disorderly conduct.
Our goal really was to keep people safe, and we wanted to avoid arresting anybody. We wanted to let them an opportunity to peacefully protest, to say their piece, get their message out, but at the same time we have to consider the rights of others.
When asked if there could potentially be more protests like this one in the future, protesters say they will do everything in their power to stop the pipeline.
For the 26 people that are arrested here, there's going to be thousands more. And when you arrest 26,000 people in the state of Minnesota, is that enough? How many people does it take for you to quit?
$100, you get to spend that on you or whoever you want.
Santa got a little help once again this year. thanks to the Bemidji Police Department's annual Heroes and Helpers event.
I had so much fun because I got stuff for my brother.
And yourself?
And myself.
This year, 26 kids got to spend $100 on Christmas gifts from Target. A group of 30 first responders, plus 30 volunteers from the Bemidji Lions Club and the Bemidji's Eagles Club, acted as the kids' personal team of elves by keeping track of the overall total and providing gift advice.
It is essentially Shop with a Cop but modified, because we have more than cops just here to be our heroes. We have fire department personnel, state patrol, ambulance service, police officers, deputies.
During the shopping spree, the kids are given the opportunity to bond with their heroes and their helpers. Over the past 3 years, the event has become a favorite amongst the community and the police department.
To see the smile on kids' faces when you tell them they get $100 to spend is pretty cool. Oftentimes they spend money on themselves or their family. We don't dictate who they spend their money on.
I got this from my mama.
After the shopping spree, the presents were wrapped by volunteers, and the kids get their picture taken with Santa and Mrs. Claus. They leave the store with a giant red bag and a new friend.
There you go, Gabby.
It's not for me, it's for you.
She was looking forward to doing this. She's been telling everybody that she's going shopping with one of the heroes here in Bemidji.
Reporting in Bemidji, Shirelle Moore, Lakeland News. Hi everyone, thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Shirelle Moore in for Dennis Wyman. Alcohol is believed to be a factor in a 3-car crash near Pierce that left 1 dead and sent 5 people, including 2 children, to the hospital. It's a historic day in Duluth as President Trump arrived today, marking the first presidential visit since 2004. Preliminary autopsy reports from the Ramsey Medical Examiner office indicate that Morris died of significant internal head trauma. Summer's just kind of coming back and everything. We're gonna get a little colder.
Maybe it'll just feel like December till it gets here.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not too much,
right.
But we'll see. Thank you so much, Stacy. And then AJ, a big matchup for BSU men's hockey tonight, right?